Taylor, and we're reviewing Black Box by Julie Shoemaker.
And I'm Justine, and for the summary, we see Dora in the hospital, and Elena is panicking because she doesn't know how to handle these situations, and Dora's doing these crazy things like flooding the house, and is eventually diagnosed with depression. So she's doing all these different pills, and Elena really doesn't know how to cope with it. She was always under the shadow of Dora. Dora was this really popular girl, and now she's kind of losing it, and Elena doesn't know how to handle it. So she goes through this journey, and she meets new friends, and she tries to cope with the fact that her sister has depression, and how she is trying not to blame herself for saving her sister.
Alright, and so for the rating of the book, I gave it a 6.5. For some of the strong points, it's like the perspective of it. It comes from the younger sister, Elena, viewing what's going on to her older sister, Dora, through her depression and seeing how it affects her and like how it affects her whole family. And Elena's just kind of like in like the background of it all. And for the weak points, it's really just like the pacing is really choppy. Sometimes the chapters are like a page or a sentence long, and it really ends like really abrupt. Not like a cliffhanger type, but it just doesn't really add any conclusion to it. And then for the major external conflict, I said it was Elena who is in disagreements with her parents about how they're like keeping her in the ward and they put her on all these medications that don't seem to help her at all. And then for internal, it's about like how Elena feels like she's virtually helpless. She can't do anything for her sister at all.
Yeah, and then we got a minor character that has a major impact, and his name is Jimmy, and he's on the bus, and he missed the year before, and no one knew where he was, and he comes back in 9th grade to take it again, and Elena meets him in history class, and he comes up to her, and he offers help with her sister's depression, and so he knows all these things about what it's like to be in depression, and Elena kind of finds it weird because he knows that his mom is a psychologist, but she thinks it's weird that he knows all this information, and she doesn't really trust him right away. But then eventually she gets to this point where she really likes him, and he's knowing all this stuff, and he's coming to her house and helping her find all these things that Dora is doing, and then Elena has to go through whether or not to keep true to her sister and not tell her parents about all these things that Jimmy is finding. But then he eventually helps her cope through all the depression and how she realizes that it's not her fault.
Alright, and that's it for Black Box.